Hey guys, happy Saturday. I'm back. Thank y'all so much for being here. Look, I am back. We had technical difficulties last week. Do you know that lasted me all weekend, like on Monday? Oh, hold on. Can y'all hear that? Hold on one second, y'all. Okay, sorry. Look at me. Start off wrong. Like, what the heck? But anyway, that lasted me all weekend. They had to come out and do something in my neighborhood. So, finger crossed, we are good. Welcome. Happy Saturday. You guys already know the drill. Please answer the question of the day. Thank y'all so much for being here. Today, we are going to do something different, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So, I always tell you guys, if you have any questions, comments, feedback, to fill out my questionnaire, it is in the description box below. You can check it out. And let me also, I was going to put the link in there, but if you go in the description box, you will see it. And then this is what it looks like, just so you guys know. Let me bring it up really quickly. Share. Okay, so when you click on that link for my questionnaire, this is what it looks like. So this is where I ask you guys to submit any questions, feedback, anything you may have for this live. And so what I thought we would do today, because so many people have submitted me questions and I've answered them, but I thought it would be a good idea if I brought those questions here so we can review them together, because I always say if someone has the question, chances are we're either going through it too or we've gone through it. And I love hearing your feedback because, again, we're a community. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But I do want you to answer the question of the day. What does it mean to your journey to be financially free? So it looks like we got some answers here. Looks like it means to have peace. Ooh, well, hello. I like that. Good morning. It means that I am not stressed about money and I have a plan for everything that comes up. It means less anxiety. All right. Good morning, Janelle. To realize you're not worried about bills and unexpected expenses because you have the tools and knowledge to tackle them without stress. Oh, y'all are good. Y'all are so good. Good morning, everyone. Thank y'all for being here. Please answer that question of the day. I want to know what this means to you guys, because a lot of the time what we're doing, this is what we're aiming for, right? But have you ever thought about what that means? Like, what does that mean as far as your journey is concerned? So let's see. Let's get some more. Good morning. Oh, good morning, darling. Hey, LaShawn, welcome. I love seeing my Instagram family coming over to join us. So welcome, you guys. Thank y'all for being here. All right. To me, being financially free is my ability to choose what I will spend my money on without worrying that another area will suffer. Now I like that explanation. That was a good one. Oh, y'all are just working it this morning. Not worrying about having enough money to pay bills and having enough to enjoy life. We forget about enjoying life, don't we? We can't forget about it. I'm not going to let you forget about it. We are going to enjoy life because, as I always say, we were not put on this earth just to pay bills. I want y'all to understand that. And that is what we're going to make sure we focus on over here. So, hey, y'all, good morning. Come on in. Financially free. I don't know. IDK. Y'all know I'm bad with the acronyms. I don't know. No credit card debt? Yeah. Whatever it means to your journey, that's what it means to be financially free. Whatever that means for you is what it means. So if that means no credit card debt, absolutely. Good morning, y'all. Come on in here. Financially free means I can pay my bills and spend time traveling to visit family and friends. Yes. You know, don't get so caught up in debt and bills and all of the things that we forget about the things we used to enjoy when we were younger, like visiting friends, visiting family, taking time out to do stuff. You know, we have to remember those things. All right. So as you guys are coming on in, you see that question of the day. And let me take this banner off really quickly. Hi, Mix Matching Maggie. Let me take this banner off really quickly. I'm going to throw this one up here, you guys, for today's giveaway. I want you guys to put hashtag Saturday Live. We are going to do 2 giveaways today since I had some issues last week and we couldn't do it. So go ahead and put your hashtag Saturday Lives in there. And then let me get back to Maggie's comment. Financially free means not worrying if an emergency or last minute event happens. We don't have to worry about how to pay for it. Amen to that. There is no better feeling than not having to worry about how you're going to pay for something. This for me being financially free with me making sure I'm not having to take from other places to make sure the bills are paid on time. How many of y'all can relate to this? I know I can. Oh my God. Whew, and I ain't never going back there. I can tell you times when bills need to be paid. I didn't have it, borrowing money from friends, family. Have any of you all had to borrow money from friends or family? Do you know that feeling inside of you, that feeling of disgust that you feel? I never want to feel that again. Oh my God, that hit home with me. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. Good morning. Good morning. I can help others without stressing. Yes. I love the way you think. Good morning. Hey, Jamil. Hey, Kay. All right. So today's topic, like I said, I wanted to bring some questions that you all have presented to me on my questionnaire. First of all, before I go any further, shout out to the replay gang. If you are here watching, make sure you put replay gang in the comment section. I cannot thank y'all enough for coming back and watching these lives. I always say, if you can't make it to the live, join the replay. It helps too, and I appreciate it. And side note, I'm getting more views on my lives when you guys watch the replay than my regular videos. So something I need to take away and think about. So that's why I say I have much respect for my replay gang. So thank y'all so much for being here. So today's video, again, I had people submit questions to me, budgeting questions that I've answered, but I thought it would be fun to bring them here to see what you all thought, okay? And then because, again, what I like to do here is we are a community, we are a family. So just because I may have my opinion about things that may have worked, you all always have, your opinion of what may have worked, and it may resonate a little bit better with someone. So that's why I like for us to do things as a group. So I'm going to bring up the first question. Everybody get their hashtag Saturday Live in. Let me see. Okay, so far we got 17 entries. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that banner off the screen so we can get into our first question. I may or may not get to all the questions today, but you guys let me know in the chat if you like this idea of answering questions like this on the live, and we'll bring back more questions. All right, so here's the first question, and this is a oldie but goodie right here. This is going to be a lifelong question. I know this one. All right, question number 1. Would you recommend paying off all debt like credit cards before getting a month ahead on your bills? So this is a question someone asked me. Would you recommend paying off all debt before getting a month ahead on your bills? So I want you guys to comment down below your thoughts on that. And let me go ahead and I'm going to put this up here. I want you to answer this poll question. Would you pay off debt first or build your savings first? Which one are you guys doing? Put that in the chat so we can answer this question that was asked, because this is one we all go through. And a lot of times, many beginning budgeters go through. Which one should I do first? Should I pay off the debt? Should I build the savings? Should I get a month ahead? What comes first? So I want you guys to drop in the comment section, pay off debt or build savings. All right. Hey, Shonda, it means to not have anxiety whenever I think of money. Whew. That's such a great feeling to not to have anxiety when it comes to money. Hey, Kathy, no stress. I hated when stuff came up and I didn't have options. I love having options. Amen to that. Hey, Trina. Wait, happy birthday, Kay. It's Kay's birthday. Happy birthday, Kay. Man, I need to get some sound effects in here pronto. It means not having to work, but choose to work for others. Oh, okay. That's different. I love that. Good morning, guys. Thank y'all so much for being here. It means that I am not worried or stressed out when an emergency comes up and I am ahead on my bills. All right. Well, I want you guys to drop in this comment section below. Which one do you think comes first? Paying off your debt or your savings, getting a month ahead? This is what the question was asked of me. I'm going to scooch on down here. Let me back up some. Let me get down here to the bottom so I can see what you guys are saying down here. And I'm going to start from the bottom up. So I apologize if I don't get to all the comments, but let's see what we got here. All right, let's see. I see savings, okay? Build savings. Yes, absolutely. Being debt-free is so satisfying. And once you're debt-free, those savings will mount up so quickly. You will be so surprised and so happy. 100%. I would build savings first, okay? I'm trying to pay off debt and save as well. All right, so it looks like, oh, Kay said thank you. Oh, I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Build savings. Oh, look at this. We are a torn group here. I would pay off debt as much as I can and do very small amounts for savings. I'm doing both. I'd pay off debt, possibly excluding mortgage or car loans. Yes. We call consumer debt. Let's call that consumer debt. Although it could also be a balance, putting the majority to debt and saving smaller amounts. Oh, we are a torn group. Hey, Manda Moon, I do it simultaneously, like put 75% of extra money to debt and 25% to savings. Savings, build emergency fund first to keep yourself from incurring more debt. Wow, I didn't think we would be so torn on this one. I think it would depend on whether I have an emergency fund or not. I would say 1 month ahead first. Okay. Paying off debt first, free up that extra money for savings. Yes. Build my savings. No, I wouldn't, because you want to be prepared for an emergency. You can put the minimum amount towards debt. What happens if you can't work for whatever reasons? So you're saying you would do savings first, because if something happens, you would need that extra money. Okay. Build savings. What are some of the best high yield savings accounts? Okay, we can get to that. And I do have a live on high yield savings accounts, Lucille. I probably did it maybe last month or so, but I'm going to do another live on that because I've had people asking me about high yield savings account. Pay off debt first. All right. All right. 100% pay off all debt. All right. We are a torn group, but I got to say that I agree with everyone who said pay off debt first. Now, like I said, we are a torn group, and also to each its own, right? Remember, there's no right or wrong answer to these questions that I ask you, but this is why I ask these questions, because we all have different reasons on why we do things. But I will tell you, and like I explained, and like I will always say to people, in my opinion, pay off your debt first. Pay off your debt, go strong at that debt. Yes, you can put little amounts away for your savings. I saw somebody say that. But if you are serious about getting that debt paid off, go all in, all extra money towards that debt. So I am with team pay off your debt. That was a good one. I did not think we would be so torn on that one. Okay. Hey, Gina, good morning. Hey, Aaron, we are talking about today's live is just a random live. I'm bringing up questions people have asked me. They submitted to my questionnaire. If you guys are not familiar with my questionnaire, the link is in the description box. Please feel free to submit any questions you may have, comments, or feedback. They're all anonymous. I never share who has sent it, but I do bring the questions and I do bring the topics because, like I said, if someone's asking, chances are we all have asked it or we're going through it. All right. So let's see. I still see some more. Pay the smallest debt first and use that balance to help get a month ahead with that free money. Yeah, we are torn here. Let's see. I believe in splitting debt and savings if you have no savings at all. Emergencies can happen in the midst of debt payoff. Then what? Yeah, then what? Then what? What happens if you keep, paying your savings and you're not getting that debt down and you're only paying the minimum balance? These are decisions we have to make, and that is why I cannot stress enough. We can, we can say our opinion, but for those who are just starting out, remember, it all relates to what your budget is and where you're trying to go and how much money you're working at and what your plans are and what goals you have set. Okay. Just remember, we are saying all these things for inspiration, but it is always about what will work best for you. Okay. But yes, I am team debt on that one. So let's go to the second question. You guys ready? All right, here we go. Okay, this is another question someone asked me. And I get this question a lot. Someone submitted this to my questionnaire, but I've also had people DM me this question on Instagram. So it says, how do you actually stop spending? I just feel like I am always spending. I can't help myself. Woo-wee. I'm probably not the right person to ask this because I like shopping and I like going out shopping and spending money. But hear me and hear me clearly. I'm not the same person 10 years ago who was going through that same situation where I couldn't stop spending money and shopping and had no way to pay it off. Now, cut to 10 years later, now I save for those situations so that I can go out and shop. But I want to ask you guys, what advice do you have? How does someone stop? They know it's a problem. They know they can't stop spending. They keep spending. What has helped you guys stop spending? Or what advice would you give to stop spending? So I'll give you a minute to answer that in the chat. If you are just coming in, we are doing a giveaway today. We're doing 2 since I had technical difficulties last week. So let me throw the hashtag Saturday Live up here. Make sure you put your hashtag Saturday Live in the chat. So that way we can go ahead and do the giveaway. There will be 2 giveaways. I'll show you guys what's up for grabs for the giveaway, but go ahead and put your hashtags in. And let me see if I've gotten any comments. And also, while you're at it, if you have not liked the live yet, please, I would greatly appreciate that. All right, let's see. I'm sorry. Let me see if I see any questions. They are jumping on me, guys. Hold on. What's this? A tranquilizer? Oh, Lord. Is that to help you stop spending? Tracking expenses keeps it right in your face, and this eye-opening. I think we're gonna have a live, and you guys let me know. We need to talk about tracking expenses because Gina's right. You don't want to face tracking those expenses. I know I don't. Ooh, my planner be right over there staring at me. I'm like, don't look at me. I'll get to you in a minute. I'm not facing that. Man, tracking expenses is like deep in your face. You gotta face reality. Oh my God, that was a good one. All right, let me see. Janelle says, what helped me was to look at what type of spender I am and just cut back by making a cash budget and not going over. That's a good one. The reason I say that's a good one, because you're right. You've got to look at the type of person you are. You got to look at the type of spender you are. Why are you doing this? What do you need? Is it something you need, or you're just addicted to spending money? Oh, yes, I agree with that. All right, let's see. Hey, Marie, if I can't pay with cash, I can't afford it. I also do list all of my expenses in a budget planner. Yeah, you got to track those expenses. And it's a job. Listen, tracking those expenses, I tell you all the time, I wake up early, I get my coffee, I have my planner, and I open up them bank accounts, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. You've got to carve out some time to do it. And it takes time, especially if you're a spender. So our advice so far is you got to track those expenses, because when you track those expenses and you're looking at it, that reality, if nothing else, that will stop you. Like, whoa, I just spent $1,000 on eating out this month. That'll make you stop, won't it? All right, let me see what else we got in here. I write down every time I spend either cash or charge, similar to a food diary. Seeing it makes it real. Amen to that. Only buy what you actually need. Cancel any overdraft protection. I'm living dangerous on your cards, and that would force you to stop. You can't spend money you don't have. Oh, y'all coming deep, deep. Oh, here's my friend. To stop spending, use the cash envelope system. Once the envelope is empty, the party is over. Must wait until next month. And with that being said, that is a mindset. This all boils down to this up here. You gotta be disciplined enough to be able to do that. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me see who have I missed up here. You will stop spending when you run out of money, right? So you have to summon the discipline to create and follow a realistic budget. You would think you would stop when you run out of money. Would you all agree with this topic that spending money, overspending money, that's an addiction? Would you agree with that? Spending money is an addiction. Because many people think that addictions are the basic addictions, drug, alcohol, gambling. But is spending money an addiction? Let me know what you think about that. Woo, question number 2. So budgeting taught me discipline and to plan for the spending. Absolutely. Once you plan for that spending, there's no better feeling. No better feeling. Thank y'all so much for joining the live this morning. I'm just going to scroll down here, make sure I haven't missed anyone. Seriously, find out what is causing all the spending. Maybe it's all them notification and sale alerts that you get to your email, like I do. My God. And I don't know why I haven't canceled any of them, because sometimes I want to be in the know. I don't want to miss nothing. But maybe that's what it is. Are you getting a lot of notifications that so-and-so's having a sale this weekend? Make sure you come to this sale. Who knows what it is? Hey, Andra, I have suffered from lack of contentment, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of inner work. A lot of inner work is right. Yes, track everything. You will definitely say, wow. Yeah, you will. Chris's shop made me spend yesterday, though. Okay, now it's okay to spend at my shop, but I'm going to tell you why. Because I like to make items that are affordable for people. So it has to be within your budget. And you guys, while we're talking about my shop, I do have a clearance section. So if you're looking for deals, I do have like a little clearance section so you can catch items on sale until you save up. And with that being said, I did just create a Happy Meal Savings Challenge to encourage people to save for those budgeting items that they need. You got to be forward thinking around here. All right, so let me get down here. LaShaw's a mess. It is an addiction. Yes, it is an addiction. I think so. And that person who left that comment, I could feel it in their soul. They're like, I don't know how to stop. That's an addiction. All right, so let's get to question number 3, because I want to try to make sure we get through all these questions. And also, you guys, please let me know if you're liking today's topic, because if so, I'll bring more questions like this that we can address. So let's get to question number 3. Let me pull it up here. All right, let's see what this one is. How do you continue moving forward when your realistic goals have roadblocks and it begins to be too much? How do you continue moving forward when your realistic goals have roadblocks and it begins to be too much? All right. That's heavy, right? That's heavy. How many of you all can relate to that question? You want to do better. You are trying to do better, but something is always happening. Something is always happening to stop you from succeeding. How do you handle that? How many of you all have been through that? I know I have. Oh my God. It's like, why? This is my car. Your battery got to go down right now. I was just ahead. I just got my income tax money and you going out now. It's like, what do you do when it always happens? Oh, I'm telling you one thing. The folks that are sending me these questions, every time I'm like, "Ooh, I can relate." It's like y'all talking to me. Oh my God. All right. So let's see what you guys are saying. I want to see how you guys have answered that. And can you guys relate to that? All right. So let's see. Hey, Kimmy. Good morning. I used to be a spender. Now I have the opposite issue. I hate spending my money. Oh, you need to plan for spending, change your mindset. Absolutely. Once again, you guys, thank y'all so much for being here. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. Chris, you are funny. Team promote sales. Yes. All right. Saving and investing is my addiction. Hey, y'all, I've got to get some sound effects in here. Until then, saving and investing is my addiction. We need to, you know what? I feel like we be in church on Saturdays. It's okay to have church on Saturdays. Yes. Yes. Please hit the like button. Please and thank you. Oh, okay. Well, hey, everybody, do what the chat said. Okay, let's see where we are. Loving the Q&A. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. Give yourself grace, reevaluate, and set smaller obtainable goals. Y'all hear what, hold on, let me put that back up here. You see what Gina said? Set smaller obtainable goals. Now, you all know we say this all the time. Sometimes those goals are a little hefty. Sometimes the goals, it's great to make goals. Don't ever stop making the goals. But you got to make realistic goals. You got to look at your budget. You got to look at what's going on. And that's going to help you determine what is a realistic goal. And I tell y'all know how I am about that 10K savings challenge. Now, y'all know we are trying to pay off a couple $100s here and there. I don't want to discourage anyone from saving 10K. We'll get there. But you just came right out the bat, don't get me started. It's a sore subject of mine. The point is, please make sure you are setting realistic saving goals, because those unrealistic goals will just, they will hurt you to the core. If you can't make it, if you're not successful, then you see other people being successful. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. All right. That's a sore topic with me. I'll go on and on and on. Okay. Hola. Good morning. Okay. Set smaller goals and build on the momentum. Yes. With all of this being said, we've got to be realistic with ourselves. That's where it starts. You have to be able to be realistic with yourself. You have to have a talk with yourself. Why am I like this? How are we going to get ahead? What is the plan to do it? Then and only then can you move forward with saving and paying off debt. I'm just saying. Hey, Cindy, I have started over several times. Just keep doing it and don't get discouraged. Yeah, sometimes we are going to have to start over, and it's okay. Have that good cry that one day. Everybody need a good cry every now and then. Get it out your system and then start over. Yes, those dang roadblocks. I keep starting over one at a time. Yeah, that's reality, ain't it? We got to learn from them roadblocks. See, don't let them roadblocks discourage you. They are there for us to learn from. They have a purpose, y'all. They have a purpose. Yes, we're going to church today. We got to remember that. Monthly Q&A lives that address all aspects of personal finance is a good idea. Finger red number. What is that? Finger one. Is that a emoji? Finger red number one, text yellow goal. All right, I hear you. Small steps, for example, I started doing mini challenges because saving the big amount in the paper doesn't look like I'm saving anything. For example, for emergency fund, put $10 away each pay. You'll be amazed at how fast it will grow. Okay, let me see. Let me get through here. Make sure I'm not missing anyone. Hey, Cindy. Keep reminding your why. We all have been there. I have to keep reminding myself why I'm doing it, and it motivates me to keep going. It will get better. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I agree with that. Be able to adjust smaller steps. Know that forward is forward, regardless of how slow it seems to move. Y'all are so right about this. This is why I bring these things here. Smaller goals based on a budget. Yes. Let's see. Yes to realistic savings. Wait, is Shalise in here? Shalise, I am so glad you're here. You guys, this is Shalise. This is Mommy Trader. Most of you guys probably know Shalise, but if you don't, this is our investie bestie. Okay. She is going to help us. If you are interested in starting investing, but you don't know how, you have got to follow Mommy Trader. Okay. Now, Shalise, I'm glad you are here because one of the questions someone asked was about investing. So you guys, I'm going to jump to that question while we have Shalise here. And I'm putting her on the spot, by the way, but bear with me. Let me see what question number that was. Was it this one? Yes, here it is right here. Okay. This was a question someone asked me. And Shalise, if you wouldn't mind, and everyone, please provide your input, especially if you have one of these. But here's the question. I have a question. I was thinking of using Robinhood or Acorn in the next year. Which one is good? My sister uses Robinhood, and I have heard good things about it. I don't really know much about Acorn. So, Shalise, if you wouldn't mind, like I said, I'm just putting Shalise on the spot, but if you wouldn't mind, if you have any information you can provide about both of those, either Robinhood or Acorn, or just any information you can provide about, just a basic intro in investing. And again, if anyone has any information or questions, please make sure you check out her YouTube. Okay, let me go back up here and let's see what we got going on here. Let's see. 10K challenge is cute and all, but I ain't that cute. Oh, sorry. Gina's a mess. I'm not that cute yet. I will get there. Like, my goal is to have my overall savings. I want to get there. My goal is 10K. I've given myself 3 years. Some of y'all trying to do that in 90 days. You know how I be wanting to reach through my phone and yank y'all. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to discourage anyone's goals. The whole point is realistic goals. We'll talk about it. Let's see. $500 challenges made me double gulp. I have one going now, and whoa, yeah. Even $500 challenges be like, whoa. So you got, but listen, you finish that $500 challenge, and it's gonna be like, okay, now what? Now you ready? See, now you take it to the next level. Listen, I don't ever want anyone to think I'm discouraging them. I will never discourage anyone. But what you will get when you come over here with me is I hate that term, keep it real, but I will always keep it real with you. Okay. Because you need that person to keep it real. Okay. We have got to be real. That's just like with my budget. I know I can't do that. I want to over time. That's why we set a goal. I ain't doing it in 30 days. That's crazy. Be realistic. Okay, let me scoot down here since I put Mommy Trader on the spot. Let's see if she commented. Okay, here she is. Okay, both are good platforms. It just depends on your skill level. Robinhood is very beginner friendly. My daughter uses it. Yes, she does. Acorn is great if you have some knowledge of investing. Yes, and you guys, Shalise, she also has, she's done now. Shalise, keep me honest, because I was saying this on one of my other lives. Your $1 a day investing has that been going on for like 4 years now? Am I making that up? She does a challenge. It's $1 a day investing. I even got my mom to do it, where she shows you how you can put $1 down a day for investing. And then she tells you the stock to invest in. You save that dollar, then at the end of the month, you all make your donation to that. It's a beautiful thing. So again, if you guys want to learn more about investing, make sure you follow Mommy Trader. I will say that I have Acorn and I love it. I love it. I'm not an investor. I go to Shalise for that, but I use Acorn because it's very beginner friendly, which I'm sure Robinhood is too. I hear a lot of people use that. And the reason I like Acorn is because I like the roundup that they have. So they round up my loose change. So if I buy something that's $2.72, they're going to round up that change. I can make monthly deposits. I can do kids investing. So for Mini-Me, I have her an account set up where I can do investing that she can get that money when she turns 25. So those are some of the positives that I like about Acorn. But again, we'll have to do our research here. All right. So that was, so that was the question on investing. And if any of you all have Robinhood or Acorn, drop it in the comments. Let us know what you think. Let's see. Let me go back up here. Okay, Renee said never heard of her, but no, I don't do the investing. You should really watch her videos. You should really watch and just keep in the back of your mind, but you just another alternative, to saving money. Yeah. Thank you, Jamil. Let's see, who else have I missed that I haven't heard from? Nothing wrong with Fidelity or Vanguard. I buy and hold ETFs and forget. Get the match in your 401k. If you have a is this high yield savings account? No, if you have a HSA at work, max it out, max your Roth IRA. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Desi says, I love Robinhood, and I also have my Roth IRA in Fidelity. These are great topics. Again, if you guys want to learn more about this, check out Mommy Trader's YouTube channel and just look at her past videos. I'm sure there's a topic on all of these things. Let's see. I am trying to complete your letter dollar challenge. I am done with letter L and so excited. Woo woo. Hey, if you guys haven't seen my letter dollar challenge, please go check it out. It is where we are trying to save 55 of each dollar bill with the letters on them. By the time you finish, you would have saved $660. And the reason why I like doing this challenge has been around for a while, but it goes to show you guys, when we say every dollar adds up, it really does add up. you can start saving with your dollars, and you will be amazed at how much you save. So start off small is key. All right, so let's get our next question up here. And I lost track where we were because I skipped down. So hold on one second. I think the last one was realistic Roblox. Was that the one? Yeah. Okay. What's this one? Okay. Oh, here's a good one. Okay. All right. Question number 4. How do I break the cycle of using payday advance apps? It takes most of my paycheck, and I have to use it to make sure I can pay bills and credit cards. I used to not need to use it, but I had to use it because I took 2 days off unpaid and it messed me up, and I want to stop using it. This one hit home with me because I used to be the same way, using those payday advances forever. So, what would be your advice for that one? What do you guys think about that? First of all, does everyone know what the payday advance places are? Have you ever had to use them? They're there to help, but do they really help? Like, it really is one of those things that if you can avoid at all costs, try and avoid it. But let me know what you guys think about that question right there. I will tell you, I had it bad. Oh my God, I had it bad. And I felt like her. Like, you feel like you need it. You feel like you have to keep going back and renewing it. Meanwhile, you go back and renew it, and they're just taking more and more fees out of your money. Finally, I said no. It was just the most disgusting feeling I had every time I would get paid, trying to rush to one of those places, trying to get that loan renewed and paid back, being in line with all the long lines of people who were like me. It just felt disgusting. Where finally I said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I took my income tax check and I paid them all because I had two different places. Paid it off and never looked back. So it's going to have to take something like that to get yourself out of that cycle. So let me skip down here. Let me see what you guys have to say about that topic. So we don't talk about that a lot. Maybe people don't use it a lot, but let's see. Let me start from the bottom here and see what you guys got to say about that. Thankfully, I have not used payday in advance companies. I stopped shopping for unnecessary items when things got tight. Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, this question is for a live on its too much to, oh, this question is for a live on its own. Too much to even type, but therapy works, especially understanding the traumatic reasons why. It's a never-ending cycle and it breeds destruction. This is its own topic. Let's see. I used it as a single, hey Priscilla, I used it as a single mom. I look back and wish I knew how to budget like I do now. I know. It's one of those things that it is such a vicious cycle that you can drown in it. You can drown in it because you've made it a way of life. You've got to do something where you may be broke for the next couple weeks, but you have got to get rid of it. You got to just be broke for the next couple weeks until you get back on track. Let's see here. Payday advances is a dangerous cycle. I used to work at a debt collection agency just for payday advance companies. Oh my God, the interest rates are ridiculous. They have debt collection agencies for payday. I guess people don't, I guess so. I guess if people don't pay them back, never think about that. Getting on a budget, you need to track your expenses. If you need a second job, just do it to get back on track for a second. You will be tired, but your future self will thank you. That's true. That's true. Happy Saturday. Good job on completing that letter child. Yeah, she got through letter L. Oh my God. Let's see. Let's see what this says. I use smart, measurable, attainable, reachable time, SMART goals. I used to invest with Robinhood, and then life happened and I stopped investing. And you know what? Sometimes life is going to happen. Sometimes life is going to happen. We got to take a minute. We got to sit back, see what life is dealing us, deal with that, and then get back on track. But yes, sometimes life happens. Sometimes it makes us stop. All right, let me see what life wants. Let me go and take care of it. Then we'll come on back over here and get back on track. Absolutely. So let me get back down here. That's a topic that probably we will need to discuss. at a later date. Let's see here. Oh my God, these comments are jumping everywhere. It was so easy. I did them online. Thankfully, I haven't used them in years. Yes, Cindy, you're right. They have it now where these payday things, like with everything else, you can just get online and do it, and they'll shoot you over the money. Now you ain't even got to go into the places. When I drive by these places now, they're empty. They are empty. I'm telling you, like there was a time when I would go, the parking lot would be full. I'm in a long line with people. Now I drive past them, they're empty because they're moved to online. Do you know this is another thing? This is another thing. Do you all have CashApp? Do you know CashApp now has this? CashApp sent me a message like, do you want to get a payday advance or something? I said, CashApp, excuse me, when you start doing this? Don't fall for that. Oh, I thought about that when I saw that. I said, I can only imagine how many people are probably using that on CashApp. Do not fall for it. Oh my gosh. Yes, noodles and sandwiches until I got rid of it made me sick to my core. Do what we got to do. Payday loans are designed to keep you in poverty. Yes. Oh my God. Never use one. It sounds dangerous with all the interest. Is it? And not even the dangerous part. It's just disgraceful. You just feel so like you don't want to do it, but you feel like you have to because we don't know much about budgeting. So we feel like that's the only way. Payday loans hurt when you have to pay it. Yes. Okay, let's see where I'm at. Work overtime at your current job or get a second job to pay it off. Also create a PTO sinking fund and save a little bit each paycheck so you can have it in case you have to take unpaid time off. That's a great idea. Thank y'all so much for all your ideas. I used to do that with Earn. I think I've heard of that. Once I stuck it out and was broke for 2 weeks, I did. Yes, Earning. That's another one. Yes, I know exactly. But you stuck it out for 2. Yeah, you're going to have to be broke. Like I said, I took my income tax check and paid it off. And we don't like to touch our income tax checks. And that's a whole nother sore subject of mine too. We don't want to touch money we got. See, sometimes we have the money, but we don't want to touch it. We'll talk about that too. I was in that payday advance loan. It was awful. The one I was using let you borrow up to 6 times. Then you can do a payment plan to pay it back. So that's what I did. They know how to get you. They know how to get you. Okay, let's see. Excuse me. It's a horrible feeling. I remember when I used it and it was hard to get out of it, but they offered me a way to make several payments to pay it off. And that's what I did. See, that's good. It's the vicious cycle of going back and forth. I was stuck in that cycle when I was younger. I decided to pay the whole thing off and was eating ramen noodles and eggs and rice. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing wrong with ramen noodles. Y'all got to get you some sriracha. I keep ramen noodles in my pantry, by the way. Get you some sriracha and put in them ramen noodles. Now it's a delicacy. All right. Let's get to the next one, guys. Make sure you are hitting that like button and also make sure you put in your hashtag Saturday Live. There's 31 entries. We're going to do 2 giveaways today. Oh my God, is that 10:44? Okay, let's get to some more because I want to make sure we won't get to all of these today, but I will bring them back another day if you guys are enjoying this. Let's see, what number were we on? Here's that one. Okay, here's the next one. Okay, here's the next one. How can I stop myself from overspending on my credit card? I owe on one $4,457, another one $2,500, and another one $1,486. I'm trying to pay off the largest one first and then continue with the next one using the snowball method. Okay. All right. Here's another poll question for you guys. This is another question that we're probably going to be split on, but drop in the chat. Are you team debt snowball or are you team debt avalanche? Drop that in the comment section. Which one are you? Which one has helped you? Which one are you doing now? Which team are you? Snowball or avalanche? And while you guys are doing that, let me go back to this question because I will say, was that number 6? No, it was this one. I will say to this person who I've responded to already, this credit card debt they have is not that bad. Like, if you think about now being involved in the situation you're trying to pay off, it may seem bad, but look at these amounts. This can get knocked out in the next few years, depending on what your strategy is. So this is really not bad. they can get that taken care of. But where the problem lies is you can't pay it off and keep spending while you're paying it off. See, we forget that part. If you're going to pay it off, you cannot touch that card. Don't touch it. You don't touch it. Because if so, what's the whole point? That's where the problem comes. All right, let's see. Let me see. What team are you guys? Let's see, because I know we're going to be divided here. Let me see. Avalanche, I pay the high interest ones first. Okay. I started with Snowball because I needed the small wins for motivation. Oh, these comments are jumping on me. Hold on. Team Snowball, but that Avalanche can help too. It depends on income, amounts owed, and interest rates. Okay. Which one is Avalanche? Avalanche is when you pay those credit cards first that have the higher interest rate. So I guess I should explain what they both mean. So Avalanche is when you pay off your debt in order of the highest interest. The thought behind it is if you knock out those cards with the higher interest first, you're saving money because you're not paying as much towards interest. Where that Snowball is where you are paying off your smaller balances first, and then you're working your way up to the larger balances. All right, so let's see. I see Snowball, Snowball, Snowball. All right. Avalanche. Cut the up, delete. Oh, cut it up, delete all the cards from the apps. Team both, okay? Dead hybrid, a combination of both. Okay, Snowball, Avalanche, Snowball. Tackle the smallest ones first. Okay, everybody said, I think Snowball is winning in here. I think that's what I'm seeing in here. Team Snowball is winning. Now, I will say that no matter which one you choose, again, we always come back to this. It just depends. It just depends how you look at it. I will say that I am with Team Snowball here because that worked for me. And like someone mentioned in here, it is something about the debt Snowball. When you pay off the smallest ones, you feel like, yes, I got this. I just paid this off. Now I'm working towards that next one. It's that feeling. So if you need that encouragement, debt Snowball is for you. If Avalanche is, okay, you're thinking like, all right, I want to get rid of this high interest. This interest is killing me. That works too. It's just all how you look at it. $5,990 more or less. Oh, wait, did I miss something here? Hey, Alice. I only have one credit card from my bank. Oh, wait, are you saying that's how much you have in debt or less? I only have one credit card from my bank and have a set goal for every month that I try not to go over. Yep. Cut the card up. Used to Snowball. You're on your last debt. Okay, that's what you're saying. Sorry, Alice. I'm working my way from the bottom up. I missed that part. Oh my God, doing a combination of both helped me become debt free. That's a beautiful thing. As long as the debt gets paid off, it's a win. And you know what else? With both, no matter what you use, it is all about, you got to set a goal and a timeline. It's all about setting a timeline, giving yourself, set a deadline on when you're going to have that paid off. Okay, I'm paying off the smallest or I'm paying off the highest interest. No matter which one you do, set when you want it done by. That's what really helps. That encourages you to meet that goal and then move on to the next one. Okay. All right. For everyone just getting in here, let me put back up here our hashtag Saturday Live. This is for our giveaway today. And let me just pull up the picker wheel here so you guys can see what the giveaway will be for. We will be doing 2 today. Let me put this in here. Now, again, I tell you guys, you do not have to participate if you do not wish to, but if you do win the giveaway, you have until next Saturday to claim your prize. You can reach out to me on Instagram, or you can shoot me an email if you are the winner. But you have until Saturday to contact me. All right. So on the wheel, I'm giving away a binder with 10 sinking fund envelopes, pre-made envelopes. My letter dollar challenge. You can get 10% off my shop. Coffee on me for $5. If you don't drink coffee, you can get Amazon gift card or something. 30% off my shop. My budget worksheet notepad, $10 off. A free Canva class. my mini savings challenge, or another coffee with me. Okay. And speaking of Canva classes, we will have one today. So I got to make sure I am wrapping up here so we can get off of, so I can get there after this. But my next Canva class will be, where do I have my Canva class here? The next one will be July 20th, I think. Hold on. I got to find my banner, y'all. Yes. Next Canva class is July 20th, 12 p.m. Central. We are going to we're going to learn how to make cash breakdown sheets and teller slips. So I thought that would be a fun Canva class. Again, all members get a discount. Just let me know if you plan on attending, but that is the next one. Today, we are finishing up our savings challenge series. So that's at 12 p.m. So, all right. So let's look at one more question. I will have to bring the rest of these questions back another day. But hopefully you like this. I like the idea of this. And again, if anyone has any questions, you can fill out my questionnaire or just feel free to email me or DM me on Instagram. All right. Okay. Was this the next one? Yes. Okay. So here's a question. How to start dividing the rent up to make it easier. This is what someone asked me. And I think they were asking, how can they divide their rent up to make it easier? And they said, like, I paid $1,300 in rent and I get paid weekly. I divided by 4, but also still owe from last week. Where to start? I feel like I'm always behind. So this one was more of like a budgeting question. And it sounds like this person here just didn't know how to split up their payments. But there is a budgeting method called the split pay method. But it does take some skill. And if anyone in here has done the split pay method, please drop it down in the comments below. I've never done the split pay method, maybe eons ago, but I just never do it because you do have to keep up with, okay, I'm dividing this week, this week, there's a lot of keeping up with it. You got to stay on top of it. I just like to have my budget set up around when things are due and what works best for me. Cause I like to have all my stuff just take it. I ain't got time to be looking at, this much this week, but it works. It works for certain people. But her question was, she was having trouble, even when she tried to divide her rent, it still seemed like she was behind. So what advice would you give? Because that absolutely sounds like trying to start a certain budgeting type, but not fully understanding it. Okay. All right. Alice says she's on her last day. Go, Alice. All right. Let's see. Let me get down here, see if anyone has any comments about that. Sounds like you don't make enough. Okay. I would have a buffer account to make up the difference and get a second job. I keep a minimum in my checking account and line up for the next month. Now, I will say, sometimes it's not about not making enough. If we can all agree with that, sometimes it's mismanagement of money. And that's why I say sometimes we have got to look at ourselves, our core selves. What are we doing? What is that budget looking like? You can't just say I'm gonna split my rent up in 4 payments. What does everything else make sense? You can't just worry about the splitting the rent up in 4 payments. What is everything else looking like? Are you splitting that up? So sometimes that gets a little tricky. Split payment method. Gina, yes, Desi is very good at this. So you got to take a look at the big picture. If you are behind from last rent, then I would advise to add that amount to the first week pay. And then the other 3 weeks, you put more on the side. Definitely have a buffer account. Don't you divide it depending on how often you get paid? Yeah. So I think she said she got paid weekly. So I think that's why she was trying to divide it by the weeks. But you're right. You definitely have to look at when you get paid. You have to look at when that payment falls in the month. And also, are you doing it a month ahead or the same month? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you doing it that month to pay it for next month? Like, there's a whole bunch of factors that go into that, right? Shout out to all of y'all that do the split pay method. Because like I said, you've got to analyze that and look. You can't miss a beat. You cannot miss a beat. If you like to have cash, take the dividend amount and withdraw it to put in your rent envelope. digitally open another account and transfer. Okay, I see what you're saying. Open up a digital account and transfer that money so it's out of your account. Yes, that's good advice. Getting another job is not as easy as everyone thinks. That is something we need to talk about because you're right. You're right. And you guys, make sure you put in your hashtag Saturday Live so we can go ahead and start the giveaway. But that is a great topic, Barbie, because you're right. A lot of times we tell people, get another job. Just get another job. But is it that simple? Could be. Or is it? That's a great live topic to have. Exactly. Mismanagement. Yeah. See, a lot of this is mismanagement. Oh my God. Let me see if I missed anyone else here. Thank y'all so much for joining this live. The time goes by so fast, you guys. I just love being here with y'all. I would say divide your rent by 3. Now that may be smart. See, I think they're trying to divide it by 4 and it's still tripping them up. You may need to put more into what you're dividing. That's really smart. All right, you guys, go ahead and put your hashtag Saturday Live in there. We have 41 entries. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to have to bring back the rest of the questions to another live. But again, let me know in the comments, did you guys like this kind of going through the Q&A questions that I receive? I think it's fun to kind of switch up the lives and just look at questions people are asking. And then that can also help me think of the different topics we can discuss. All right. So I'm going to bring up the giveaway tool while you guys are putting in that last hashtag Saturday Live. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the giveaway tool. I'm going to draw 2 names. And then from those 2 names, I'm going to go over to my wheel and that's going to determine what they win. All right. You guys with me? All right. So let me go ahead and pull that up. Like I said, if you haven't put your hashtag Saturday Live in, you got a few seconds because y'all know this usually takes me a second to pull it. All right. I've only been doing this forever. Okay. Here we go. All right. Here's the first one. Okay. Saturday Live. 45 entries, and I'm getting ready to draw. Good luck, everyone. Again, thank y'all so much for being here on the Saturday Lives. Oh, my God. Just enjoy this. So let's see who our first winner is going to be. Let me write this down. All right, Mocha 8080. She's our first one. All right, let me draw again for our second winner. And then, guys, hang tight. I'm going to spin the wheel to see what you win. Okay, Mocha 8080 was first. I believe she's won before, too. And Trina, okay. So we got Mocha 8080 and Trina. So now I'm going to go over here. Mocha 8080 is first. And let me shuffle the wheel. And then I'm going to spin. Good luck. This is going to determine what your giveaway prize is. I hope you guys like this. I wanted to do something different with giveaways. So I just wanted to make this fun. All right. Now, I know Mocha 8080. I think we've emailed each other before. If you wouldn't mind to reach out to me by email or you can message me on Instagram, but I think we've emailed before. All right, Trina, you're up next. Let me shuffle. Every day. Okay, never mind. Here we go. Good luck, Trina. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what Trina wins. All right, Trina, you win 30% off my shop. So the next time you go out on my shop, and what I will do, Trina, for that giveaway prize, I will make that, you will just have that until you're ready to use it. So whenever you want to come out and buy something on my shop, you will always have that, that percentage off. So thank you guys so much for being here. Congratulations to our winners. Let me see if there are some last minute comments here. I was going to get a second job, but doing overtime on my current job, I make more. Yeah. If you can get OT at your job, kill it. Take all the OT that they will give you. If they say you can get 20 hours a week, take every morsel of that OT. Don't lose focus on why you got it. And OT. Don't get confused with OT like that is your regular income. When you work a lot of OT, remember, you got to separate it because there is nothing more disappointing when the OT ends and you've been used to making all this money and then you go back to what you were making. So you got to remember that. Oh my gosh, that happens a lot. Don't get caught up in the OT. Remember, that's just extra. All right, let's see. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate it. All right, you guys. Divide by 4, but save that amount every week. Soon you will have extra money to put month ahead envelope. Absolutely. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the live today. I will see you all back here next week. I have to get ready for our Canva class that's happening in an hour. So I hope you guys enjoy your rest of your weekend. To all the dads that are watching, to all of your husbands or boyfriends or whomever, have a happy Father's Day. And I will see y'all back next Saturday. Okay. Bye, guys. Love y'all.